Okay, so we've got the C, the E minor, and the A minor. And we can go backwards, right? E minor, the first chord we learned, A minor, and then C. Now, the next chord we're going to learn is the G chord. And the G chord is big in country music, right? With the C and the G, you can do a lot of things. So here from C, we're going to go 5, 4, right? The 2 and the 3 on the 5 and the 4 string are going to go 2 and the 3 on the 6 and 5 string. So if you see what I'm doing, I just simply take the exact same positioning on the 2 and the 3, and I just bring them up to the 6 and the 5, okay? So that is actually going lower, right? Because the strings on the top of the guitar here are actually the low strings. So we've got the C and we've got the G. Now you can actually get away with playing the G if you don't concentrate too much on that highest string. That's actually a G chord, okay? But to make it complete, we take the little finger and we put it down on that highest string on the 3rd fret, okay, that 4th finger. Again, bring it straight down, don't go sideways. Bring it straight down so it's almost standing up on the fret. And then the 3rd finger goes all the way to the top. So you do have to make a little bit of a stretch there with that 4th and 3rd. It's going to basically do the width of the neck, right? And then the 2nd finger. But my point is, when we go from C to G, the most important thing is to get the 2 and the 3 in position. That's the pivot. Well, not really so much a pivot as the foundation, the guide fingers, okay? So going from that G to the C and the C to the G is almost like a jumping jack. You see how you've got the 2 and the 3 and then you're opening it up? The little finger is opening up. So it's almost like a jumping jack. C to G. Your hand opens up a little bit for the G, and then it closes back down a little bit for the C. So that jumping jack feeling is something you can use to go from C to G. Remember, always look for guide fingers when you're changing chords. E minor, 2 and 3. A minor, 2 and 3, right? If you don't use the first finger, you're actually getting a little bit of a cool suspension there on the A minor, which we'll talk more about later. So that first finger, not the most important. 2 and 3, always the most important. And then when we go from C to G, again, 2 and 3, most important, okay? And then we get the 1 down there, or the 4 down there on the bottom, the little guy. Okay, so now we can play a G, a C, an E minor, and an A minor. And what can we do with that? Well, here's a song we can play. G, A minor, E minor, C, and notice I'm doing the old campfire strum that I showed you last time. You probably can recognize that song. Katy Perry, Firework. So you see, with 4 chords now, we're getting a little bit of a what do you call that? A repertoire, right? Now, another song you can do is just practicing and focusing on the G and the C. Again, most important is the 2 and 3, right? So with the G, you can do a little paperback writer from the Beatles. Actually, this song is pretty much just one chord. But then it goes to the C, paperback writer. Okay, so again, that song, G and a C once in a great while. Okay, so practicing those things, you'll be able to get that G under your belt. It shouldn't be too hard to go from the C to the G, so I think that G is going to come along pretty quick. And you can practice that up, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy.